it is whatever time it is. I'm sure I'll put it on the screen. And I've already done the loop on the street. And yes, a lot of the construction, what I thought was construction garbage that looked to me was some good lumber that if I was rebuilding my shed, I would love to have had of my own, is in the dumpster behind me. Oh well, it's their stuff. And I'm not ready to build a shed. I got enough junk in my garage as it is. Happy Monday, y'all. Time for new hummingbird food. I gotta pull the hummingbird feeders in. The neighbor's tree is just full of these this year. And I keep thinking of old 70s commercials with a guy named Mule Gibbons. And he talked about pine nuts. And I'm like, these aren't pine nuts, I know, but what are these? Just buds. And it's the whole tree. It's the whole tree. Well, as it turns out, those are the male pine cones, and they hold and then release all the pollen, like in this tree you're seeing getting cut down. Not quite to church. Meeting night. Servant leadership board. I guess that makes me a servant leader. Should be a quick meeting. The agenda was pretty slim. I hope I don't get caught up in meaningless discussions about nothingness. That being said, didn't really film today, and I got a lot done, you know, in addition to like the regular work stuff. I mowed the front at lunch, and I mowed the back after, and didn't quite finish. Ben's finishing that up right now as we speak. And yeah, so I don't know. Happy Monday. It wasn't really a very exciting Monday. Are Mondays ever very exciting? Yes, they are. When we make our day what we want our day to be. I guess I did that. Yeah, I know. I'm filming as I pull in. That's what we do. Nothing fancy today. Somebody's got some big plumbing work going on, and I feel bad for them. It's starting to sprinkle. It has not rained yet today. It's noon. I finally get outside, take my walk, get my steps in, try to do something positive for my health. And it's starting to sprinkle, which means I'm going to get wet, which means it'll be like the second change of clothes. I mean, same t-shirt and all, but different shorts and underwear, or different shorts and hoodie thing while I'm so far today. Oh well, it is what it is. I got stuff to talk about. Is now the time to do it while I'm walking? I think maybe. Okay, first thing is that yesterday I was mowing, and I was listening to a podcast kind of discussion. Oh, there's a car. Hold on. And it was one doctor talking to another doctor, a British doctor. And it was all about, you know, this low carb thing. And the British doctor has actually devoted the whole latter part of his career to this, because like other doctors, he saw that when he treated his diabetes patients, type 2, and other things, if he said, oh, let's start with nutrition. And it's because somebody yelled at him because she hadn't done well. And she's like, why didn't you tell me any of this? And he's like, because I didn't know it. And it turned his practice around. And, you know, I started thinking about my dad, and who had type 2 diabetes, got worse in his life. Now, my dad was non-compliant. So, you know, tempered this with that he drank, he smoked, he ate whatever he wanted. He was a big dude. But his doctor gave him the conventional advice. I remember him saying that it's the worst kind of doctor I have. He's a health nut. My path today is being tracked by one of our UPS drivers, who I know because he comes to my house too. Anyway, he said it's the worst kind of doctor was a health nut. But that doctor was advising him the way that doctors have been advising people for way too long. And it potentially killed my dad. Had my dad known that he could just eat as much fatty meat, you know, that he wanted to, he'd have lived longer. But I did actually put a comment on that video that I was mad while mowing my lawn during my lunch break and listening to that health nut doctor kind of killed my dad with his bad advice, because doctors, get a lot of their medication information from pharmaceutical reps and not from actual research. Of course, it didn't inspire me so much, because we did have a little leftover pizza from an event that my wife did for school that I had several pieces of since then. But it also did. I'm proud of my sister, because my sister has been fighting with type 2 diabetes for a while, and she has jumped on this carnivore bandwagon. I had to take her shopping because she doesn't have a car right now, and she's just buying meat. And she has said that for the first time in her life, in her long life, because my sister is 70, that she actually it's a diet that she can stick with. She doesn't feel like she needs to cheat. So kudos to her. And she's lost some weight and she's feeling better. So I got my fingers crossed, and she's an inspiration. So I'm going to use her as an inspiration. I did look at my spreadsheet of my weight, and a year ago I was in Richmond, Virginia for work, and I've lost about 30 pounds since then. Part of that is 100% of the increased activity that just simply walking every day. But, I'm still being pretty good. But, past 2 days, and it's some inspiration to be even better and stick to it even better, which also means I had to go grocery shopping because I'm out of meat at the house, just eggs. I just got my split notification on the phone that I have gone a mile, and I've walked 3 side streets in the neighborhood. I like not getting out onto the main drag. But I started thinking about all these other doctors who have been treating their patients this way, like the American Diabetes Association says to treat them, and how it's making them worse and slowly killing them, because insulin will also slowly kill you if you take it, if you didn't know that. And statins get through the blood-brain barrier. That's not good for your brain. So, and I'm not a doctor, but I'm as smart as many of them, maybe even smarter. Last little clip about this, and this is going to be like one whole video, is that another nutritionist and whatever guy used to be a pharmaceutical rep who got a YouTube channel. He highlighted some great recent research about cholesterol, and so that pretty much also everything your doctor is telling you about cholesterol is wrong. And one of the bits of evidence that he shares, in addition to this excellent longitudinal 22-year research and tracking of actual patients, is insurance companies and their how they judge risk. Right, their actuarial tables do not use high LDL as a marker of early death. They'll insure you if you have high LDL, because the numbers just don't show that. So your doctor wanting to get your LDL number down and giving you statins to get it down means that they haven't read the research, because the research contradicts that. It's not that there's no research that says high LDL is bad or good for you. There is research that shows that, especially in, again, people 50 something and over, 60 and over, that when you die, you don't have high LDL. That's not what killed you. Okay, so what I'm listening to today while I walk is Scott Adams on YouTube, and he's on Rumble, and he's got locals, if it's paid. I don't pay to get his content, which is me. That's just me. I support him, right? Support me. I click on the links down below. It's early on in this Cincinnati Dad YouTube thing, I thought, it might be a little side hustle. And it has never been that. I've never earned a dime from it, because I have not advertised it and told people about it. Although there are some of you that watch, and I appreciate you keeping up with the boring details of a suburban dad's life. That being said, Scott's though, two of the things he's just bringing up today, and he'll be 67 and he's in great shape, is that 2 recent studies about what's truly beneficial in terms of exercise, and weight training rises to the top. It's good for your brain even. So yes, your aerobic fitness is important, But strength training is actually more important. Now that jives with what there's a doggy in the door, what Dr. Peter Attia says. That's his big thing about longevity, is that you lose so much muscle mass as you age that you have to build up your muscle mass in your 20s, 30s, 40s. As you get into 50, it starts to decrease, 60, 70 starts to decrease. And that is the single biggest predictor of your quality of life when you are over 60, over 70, is your ability to get up and out of a chair, to go up and down stairs, to lift things, to carry your suitcase. That's all super important. And it's a good episode today on whatever today is, Tuesday, May 17th, 15th, 14th. So find that one if you are, I can link to it, I'm sure. And the other thing that he was also, that again, a simple 15-minute walk, maybe even a half an hour, 15-minute walk though, after your big meal of the day, your dinner. It improves your digestion. It helps your body handle the blood sugar and all that stuff too, without damaging you. So he believes he would like the president to start ending every speech with, and don't forget, take a walk after dinner. So that's don't forget, take a walk after dinner. All 4 of you that see this. I don't want to show their license plate, but they have an FJ Cruiser and I want one. So got to make that happen. Volkswagen thing, FJ Cruiser. Let's put that out into the universe and see if it comes back. Oh, there's one of my dog friends. Scott is a proponent in all of his writings and talking of systems over goals, and then stacking your talents to make yourself more marketable. Systems over goals, for instance, would be for him is he puts his weight training equipment in his man cave so that he doesn't have to go anywhere to lift weights. It's right there. That's a system, right? A system is you're addicted to sugar. So get rid of everything in your house that's sugar. Then it's not there for you to eat, right? Okay, good. We haven't bought a loaf of bread in my family for 5 months. That's probably also one of the reasons that I'm down 30 pounds since a year ago. Oh, focus. You're not focusing. So yeah, time to get back inside. 44-minute walk. Everything's all ready for the tree guy who is apparently not going to be able to make it today, but maybe Thursday. So we cleared it all off this morning in a hurry. Did I mention that? I don't think I mentioned that. Yeah. Like quarter till when I had to be online. Chipmunk, I see you. Oh, I see you. Yeah, so I had to be online for training. It turns out that worked out, but I had to take the lights down. We had to move all the furniture. It was something. All right, I gotta unwalk and dry off. Whew. Garbage cans are out. I should have gotten here earlier, although, wow, that looks pretty good. The roses up here are loving the springtime so far. Loving it. And whatever this purple thing we planted loves it too. Just